Douglas Cooling and Heating, serving the Birmingham area for 38 years. 988-3706. That's Douglas.
I'm James Spann. This is the Weather Xtreme video for Tuesday, the 22nd of November. Getting set for an active day today. This is the core of the fall tornado season, so having severe weather is nothing unusual for this time of the year. In fact, it's to be expected from time to time. We'll start with some of the Skycam shots around the Alpha Skycam network early this morning. There's a look at Inverness. A few brave souls out there at the insane hour of 5 a.m. That's the Tuscaloosa Skycam looking north from the top of the Tuscaloosa County Courthouse. And there's the Auburn Skycam, and you know what this week is. It's Iron Bowl week. And I'm telling you that the confidence is growing that the next round of storms will come in after that game is over. And we'll talk about that in more detail as we go along here. All right, there's the big picture this morning. The wave is coming out of the southwest. And that enhanced convection last night over Arkansas. And mainly they had a flooding event out there, a lot of very heavy rain and some flooding problems. There's the surface chart. The surface front really not moving all that much over the past 24 hours. But note the wave of low pressure on that front over the Arklatex region. That will be moving northeast, and that will be dragging the front in here late tonight. And that with the upper trough will bring a healthy round of showers and storms. That's the way things look at 5:03 this morning. Heavy rain coming through Memphis and the Mississippi Delta. A few little showers trying to form out ahead of that. And I guess, if anything, this thing is really coming in a little ahead of schedule, which we'll see how that plays out. Looks like and then the deal is that, that big batch of storms should diminish and new storms form out ahead of that this afternoon. Flash flood watches up for parts of the Mid-South. West Tennessee, Northeast Arkansas, no watches here. Convective outlook, all of Alabama in the standard slight risk today. In all of the adjacent states, there is a higher probability centered over North and West Alabama, the 30% area there. And if we do see any isolated tornadoes this afternoon, more than likely it's going to be in that zone. Huntsville, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Jasper, the Shoals, places like that. And beyond this evening, we go to a linear event where the threat is damaging straight-line winds. And then tomorrow, just low-end 5% severe weather probabilities on the Atlantic coast. Rain for the next 5 days, valid through Sunday. Saturday evening at 6 o'clock. Rain amounts about 1 inch here, heavier rain to the north and west. All right, let's take a look. This is the GFS, the 06E run at noon today. There's your trough. Down below that, the surface wave is moving up into southern Indiana with a trailing front down through Memphis. And go to tonight at midnight, surface low near Pittsburgh. Storms passing to the south and east of Birmingham at that point. Check some of the severe weather parameters. Coming off the rapid refresh mesoscale model, this is valid at 23Z. This is 5 o'clock this afternoon. And this is storm relative helicity, and this is suggesting and again, this is the low-level SRH, 0 to 1 kilometers. So again, we kind of look at that to see if we might have a tornado threat. And, the numbers are up there above 200, 250, and that's certainly supportive of some storms that rotate. Instability values at 5 o'clock, they're kind of marginal. You got up there toward 1,000 joules. Again, for a really big, classic major outbreak, you want to see those numbers up there above 2,500. But again, that's sufficient for some severe weather. And the LCL heights are fairly low, which again would support maybe some risk of isolated tornadoes. So, like we've talked about for several days here, I don't think this will be a red letter day. But if you have a, EF0 tornado in your neighborhood, it will be a red letter day. But the chance of a few isolated tornadoes this afternoon, I'd say 1 to 6 o'clock. And then after 6 o'clock, it rolls into a squall line with the threat of damaging straight-line winds. Everything should be over soon after midnight tonight. Then tomorrow, everything clears up nicely. In fact, the latest run is faster and the sunshine returns quicker. Should be a nice day. The sky becoming sunny with low to mid-60s. The GFS is at 62. The NAM's at 65. Thanksgiving Day. Oh, and by the way, before I go to Thanksgiving, for you travelers, here's the deal. This is, again, noon tomorrow, so still raining up there in Boston and New York City, and that's where you could see some airport delays. That's going to be the biggest issue, and Much of the country, though, is dry and pleasant. No really cold air. And some rain way back in the Pacific Northwest around Seattle and Portland. All right, now Thanksgiving Day. And again, look at that. Much of the country is just beautiful. Around here, just picture perfect. We'll start the day in the low 40s, the high mid to upper 60s. You got to love it. Black Friday. Who's going to be camping out at the big box retailers at midnight Thanksgiving night? Not me. Again, that looks good. We'll be dry with the high in the mid to upper 60s, bright sunny weather. But Saturday, here comes that next trough. Very sharp, full latitude, long wave trough. This run is slower. All right, so there's Saturday at midday. The storms are still west of the Mississippi. This is very good for the Iron Bowl. If this is right, the Iron Bowl will be dry. And we're going to check the European here in just a minute, but this is the GFS, the American model. Looks good for the Iron Bowl. All right, Saturday night at midnight, the storms are still west of the state, over Mississippi. And I think with a big, full latitude trough like this is probably correct. The slower solution is typically the correct solution. And then Sunday, finally, the storms come in here. Might be Sunday before it turns stormy. So we'll begin to trend the forecast toward a slower solution and indicate the better chance of rain and storms after midnight, Saturday night into Sunday. All right, now let's look at the European. This is Saturday at noon. Good. It jives up nicely with the GFS. The storms Saturday at noon are still west of the Mississippi. That bodes well for the Egg Bowl, bodes well for the Iron Bowl. And then Sunday at noon, the storms are coming on through here, actually passing a little east of here. So this is really good. But you know what I'm going to say. Let's get past the event today and tonight, then we'll feel really good about it. But confidence is increasing that we're going to have the rain and storms way past the Iron Bowl. The game should be played dry. And there's Monday, the European. Look at that 540 line down in here. Woo! That's going to be cold. We'll go to the GFS on Monday. This is at back in the upper levels. This is at 500 millibars. Look at that thing. Wow. Down below that, big old 540 ring down in here. Maybe a few snowflakes down into Memphis and the Shoals. Ooh, buddy. The highs will drop. Sunday, the GFS is showing 55, and Monday it's got a high of 50. We'll be in the 40s all day if this is right. And then Tuesday, warm up a little bit as the upper low lifts north. We'll check the end of the forecast on December 7th. Oh, it's the ridge showing back up. That old 588 ridge over the Gulf kind of pushing the westerlies north of here. And if that's right, that would be seasonal and dry. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 3:30. If we can produce it, we might be in active weather at that point. And, of course, if you're local, catch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.